Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Jay's finally excited that I sat down.
Right. You're sounding a little nasally.
Sick.
Sick.
Sick. I should have known that I was sick. And do you know why I should have known?
Why?
Because last Wednesday and Thursday I was incredibly horny.
Oh, yeah. That's usually what happens.
That's my sign.
Is that when you were starting to get sick? Because I didn't notice it last Thursday when we
When I was horny? I was horny.
Is that all you were doing? Rubbing chairs and legs? Oh, so that's why Clark Kent, the unintelligible interview that we had last week, sat down.
He was looking good too.
Oh, God.
Everyone was looking good.
I just want to let you know that
He's
episode
back today.
He was. I did see him out there.
Yes.
That episode has gotten quite a few comments. What the fuck is basically what everybody was saying. So
people just like to be next to me.
You know, they can't help it, especially when there's shots involved. And we did have a shot or two.
And for the record, can we just say, speaking of last week, Chris came and took pictures.
Shot, yep. Or Chris White.
Yes.
Yep.
And there was one on Facebook with you doing your own.
Right.
And then I'm sitting on the bar behind you.
Yeah.
And everyone commented about how I look wasted. And I was sober last week.
I actually
I look drunk even when I'm sober, bitches.
Well, I was all like, yeah, I don't know if that's the best one to put up there because it's not photoshopped as much as it should be. So. Well,
I did look drunk. And I'm like, I'm sober. Like today, no alcohol.
No alcohol. We can always tell the glasses that you get. Alcohol or no alcohol.
Yes.
You get the cheap plastic glasses with no alcohol.
Yeah. See, everyone thinks that I drink, that I always drink. But that's untrue. You actually drink more than I do.
I drink every week. I think 1 week I didn't drink, and that's because we were at a place that didn't have
No, you drank that week too.
Did I?
Don't lie, you brought alcohol with you.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know why. I'm the one that doesn't drink.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes, I'm the one that gets accused of being more drunk than you, but yet I don't drink as much as you.
Mind you, I'm never the one that ends up on Facebook with my photos of myself spread eagle on a bar somewhere.
I was sober that night too. See, I don't need to be drunk to do stuff. And may I also remind you who has had to go and get all of your Nikki awards because you've been at the bar?
Bathroom, mostly. The last one was at the bar.
The one before that was at the bar too.
God, bitch. I can't help it. I have to pee and get liquor. It takes a lot of alcohol to sit through this.
That's all that I'm saying.
That's all that I'm saying.
That's all.
We're going to dive right into talking about some stuff that's going on around here and around everywhere.
All right, let's talk.
Let's talk. You don't like labels, do you? Hate them.
No,
hate them.
I do not do labels.
What about when people are kind of making it funny?
Nope.
Nope?
No, because that's almost even worse.
So they're trying to make fun of the people that are making fun of labels.
Yeah. That's almost worse.
Okay.
I mean, that would be like saying I'm okay with drag queens, except when someone's making fun of drag queens and making drag queens funny. Is that okay?
Right.
No.
Okay. Do you think there are certain traits, characteristics, mannerisms?
You mean stereotypes?
Of particular subgroups that can be associated? And I'm bringing this up because there was this really funny blog that I read today that was actually shared with me by Nick Mode from Riches. And it's this list of the 31 things that twinks like.
Right.
And the whole list is pretty hysterical. And it's not really derogatory in any way, but it's one of the lists that I'm sitting here going, well, this could be attributed to quite a few people, not just twinks in general. But like one of them, for instance, is, well, here we go. Twinks populate every ethnicity. There are black twinks, white twinks, Asian twinks, and so forth.
Yes, but you know what upsets me about this is on here, why do they spell out black, they spell out white, and then Asian just gets AZN?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Tech speak.
Clearly, that was just I mean, that's what I'm saying is, yeah, it's supposed to be funny, but people are going to get slammed in this. So we can make fun of twinks, and we could say, oh, this is funny, but even in this, which is funny, we're being negative to a group of twinks within the Twinkie group.
Got it.
Thank you.
Thank
the
you.
case is closed.
Well,
Now, do I think that there are groups of people? Yes. There are bears, and there are drag queens, and there are twinks. I don't really, but
and do you think that there are things that characterize those groups? Like bears, for instance, hair.
well, you know, I used to think that until I started hanging out with bears, and then it really is not.
It's evolved.
It really has evolved. So, you know, I mean, within the bears, there are some bears that that are not hairy. They're smooth, but they still identify themselves as bears. So, I think that there are groups.
Because our favorite friend, Brian from 619 Bearcast, and JP and all the rest of them, they always say that bear is a state of mind, not really a way of being or looking. So, and maybe that can be said for twinks.
It could.
And any drag queens.
It could.
I mean, you're a drag queen, but you don't perform.
Hell to the... Well, I do perform if you have a big check.
If you have a big check, there is a difference.
Okay.
Okay.
But within the drag queens, and I've said this a zillion times before, so we won't make a big deal about it, but within drag queens, there are all sorts of different things. You know, there are the drag queens that perform, like the Chad Michaels, and the, I can't think of any more right now, the Christina Monets, and the Babette Schwartzes, and the LaDonna Monroes, and
the Glitz Glams.
And the Glitz Glam.
And the Graces.
No, the Glitz Glam is in another category.
Right.
You know, and...
But that's what you're saying. There are so many kind of different little...
Right, that you really can't lump that in. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, cross-dressers. I mean, within the drag, you know, you have drag queens, but then you have trannies, then you have cross-dressers, which none of them are the same.
Right.
But they're just all grouped into one...
Because everybody needs that identifier, that label.
Everyone seems to need a label.
Right. If you're interested in knowing the 31 things that twinks like, you can go to thethoughtcatalog.com and check it out there. I thought there was some of it that's pretty funny. I mean,
well, you thought
in the way that they text and things like that.
But so what is that?
Where did it go? They always text in the capital letter, small letter, capital letter, small letter, capital letter, small letter. I've seen that a lot, particularly on Facebook. Swoopy Justin Bieber bangs with highlights and eyebrows teased.
Well, that's lesbians too. I mean, that is, I mean...
lip gloss, and another thing that twinks like, lip gloss.
But I don't really think that I've not seen a lot of twinks in lip gloss, but, you know, whatever.
And apparently Astroglide. They love them some Astroglide lube. I don't know. I don't hang out with a lot of twinks. So.
Why do they like the Astroglide?
Apparently it's a brand thing. They like the Astroglide because it's more glidey.
I like different types of lube for different things.
Speaking of lube, can we talk about that for a second? Okay, moving on from twinks. So when we were in Palm Springs for...
Notice how it goes twinks to lube, but go ahead. Yes.
When we were in Palm Springs, we stopped at the ID booth.
Yes.
Because you love you some ID.
That's one of them. But I only like the ID lube, so we get this clear.
For your
legs. I only like the ID Millennium lube for my legs. That's it. I don't like it for sex. I just use it for my legs.
Well, did you buy some when you were there?
No.
No. Okay, well, I know... I know that our friend Kevin did. I know that our other friend Jay, not producer Jay, Big Jay, and a couple of them bought them. And they were giving away these free samples of masturbation cream.
Yes.
So it's their new thing, and I just want to tell everybody in the world, try that ID masturbation cream because it's fucking awesome. Awesome.
So your mom and dad are going to be so
I know, my God.
To watch this.
It's like lotion that stays constantly lotiony.
And so you just use it to masturbate? You can't use it for sex?
Well, I mean, I guess you could.
Because isn't there that other stuff that there's that other lube that comes in a tub too that you can use. It's creamy. Oh yeah, like the boy butter or whatever. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so, I don't know. I've never tried it. I've always had a hard time with regular lube, even the water-based stuff, because after a while it starts to get sticky.
And
well, it's just sad that you're so old that it takes you that long that you have to reapply.
hey, you know, that's what happens when you get my age.
Well, that's why you just
Which is why we like this other brand. So note to the 40-plus crowd that watches our show.
Find a younger person. You find a twink.
Find a twink or a twunk.
They'll bring their euros, and then you can get done quick and move on.
Astroglide. Oh shit.
Speaking of, can we also talk about something else?
Yes.
Since we're on the topic of sex stuff, anyways. But I wish I could remember the name of that lube. I'm gonna Google it. Tub of lube.
You Google tub of lube.
So while I'm Googling, you know, really I should give this to Jay and he could look for lube, but I don't trust him with my stuff anymore because he always changes my updates.
That's Donna.
Have you heard, and I believe the name of it, I could be totally wrong, but I heard the name of it is called a pleasure ball. Have you ever heard of such thing?
A pleasure bomb?
Ball. B-A-L-L.
Pleasure ball.
Yes.
Like a place, like a big event party that you go and have lots of sex?
No. What it is, and I could be wrong in the name, I don't know. That's just what this guy called it.
Okay.
What?
Synthetic grease? Ultra lube?
Yeah, it's something like that. It comes in a tub. Oh, Frank, you'll know.
Oh, God.
You know that lube that comes in a tub?
Boy butter?
That's what I said, boy butter.
But there's another one that was before boy. What is it?
Wolf's Head lube.
Yes. That's the same stuff.
It looks like actual grease, that's why they use it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't you right?
Because some people use that, that's better for when you're fisting. Yeah.
So that was like back in the 70s porn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Frank would know
guess. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
Well, girl, you're 24. How would you know that?
I've never watched porn. So, anyways, the pleasure ball, and I think that's the name of it. Frank is here. He can correct me. Frank is our
Frank's House of Twinks.com.
It's where you put a marble under the skin of your penis. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. I don't know if I want to know what you're talking about.
Well, I have heard about this, and a while ago.
Is it like those donut head?
Yes, it's kind of the
people
same
in Japan?
thing. It's the same thing where they put the little marbles to make like little horns in their thing.
Right.
Same concept, but they put it in their dick. Yes.
So they can put them all down the shaft and make it like a ridgy...
They can, or you could just put one or two in. But they're marbles, and they slice the dick and they put the marble in, and then it closes and then it heals. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Well, let me tell you. I was the other day, I was having this conversation with somebody, and he said that he had one, and I didn't believe him. So he showed me. Oh my God. It was one of those things that you're like...
Did you just want to play with it for like a long time?
No, I didn't want to play with it at first because, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's...
Like, where is it? Is it in his shaft
yes,
or in his head?
It's in the shaft.
Oh, in the shaft, okay, got it.
So it's like a little ball. It's like if this was the penis, there's like a little ball right there. Anyway, so after a while, then I, started, and it's a marble. I mean,
does it roll around? Can you move it around a little?
It moves. It does move, but it moves, because like, how a dick is skin, it
right.
has the
That
skin
skin
like
is really
this.
thin, yeah.
So, like, if the marble was here, you could move it around like this.
Okay.
But the marble wouldn't.
It doesn't go down to the bottom.
No, it stays where it is, but it does move. So when you're like doing this kind of thing, the ball, it moves.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was kind of cool.
You can have the pocket enlarged
where the ball will move, yes, because it does kind of go into a little pocket. See, he does know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Frank is our little sex expert. Let me show you.
Okay. Well, I mean, if people are going to get Prince Alberts, I guess that's like the next step. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, the Jacob's ladder and everything, but I don't know how many you could put in there. But yeah.
Oh.
So it's really kind of fascinating. It was really kind of fascinating. It's been a long time since I've been fascinated by a penis.
It kind of makes you want to have sex with him, just so you know what it feels like.
Oh, I don't know about that. I couldn't imagine, sucking it. Like,
she's all, here, try. I want.
No, because
How big was it? Like
it's the size of a marble.
Size of a marble.
Yeah.
Wow. Jay, can you do that, please? Thank you.
I have a picture of it, and I will try to find it.
Yes, pictures are a must. Are an absolute must. I have to.
Because I did not take a photo of it.
Oh Lord. Well, since we're on the topic of sex, really quickly, I'm going to say I don't know if you, our other show, they said, debuted their first show this week of 2013, and
they're all whores.
They were all must have been horny like you last Thursday, because that's all they talked about.
I think maybe because they're all gonna be sick this week.
Yeah, probably. Well, here's to hoping that the entire show is not all about sex. They did bring up some pretty interesting questions.
About our show not about sex?
No, their show should just be all about sex, always, all the time. Because it's quite interesting to get Courtney is our straight girl, to get her perspective.
Right.
Because she's married. And then to get like Ian and Alejandra's perspective on sex.
And where does Dustin fit into this?
Well, Dustin...
because Dustin's trying to be all innocent lately.
Dustin...
That's because he's all into a girl.
Yes, he is. That's what he said. He's dating someone right now. That apparently you met.
I did. She calls me Aunt T.O.
Aunt T.O.
Aunt T.O.
Oh, God.
Well, let me tell you, when I met her, I was going to come be on They Said this week, but sick. So when I met her, I was at the Christmas party and so they were all there, and I told Gail, because I, like to stir sometimes.
Right.
I'm like, oh, who's that girl? Who's that pregnant girl with Dustin?
Oh no!
And Gail's like, her eyes got real big. She goes, what? And I go, yeah, who's with Dustin? She goes, oh, that's his friend. They're like seeing each other or something. Well, I hope they're seeing each other. She's pregnant. And she goes, well, what do you mean? I go, well, look, everyone is drinking, and she's sitting over there drinking soda. So I got everyone like all going that she was all pregnant. It was really good.
Well, thank God it wasn't about her looking a certain way in the stomach.
No. She's cute as a button.
Okay.
And they are so cute together, Dustin and this.
Well, he said they've been out on 8 dates.
Yes, and they've known each other for a long time.
And they have never had sex yet.
Right, they have not. But they have spent the night together.
Yes. So, hence the whole talking about sex. And so, yeah, when it comes to the whole sex conversation, Dustin's not super helpful because he doesn't seem to be having much. So.
Because he's saving himself.
On that note, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save myself.
We're back. Full beer. And you're still drinking your non-alcoholic cocktail beverage.
I am.
Guess what?
I don't know.
Gun control.
Yeah, I know. I said that and everyone in the room was like, oh, God.
Even producer Jay, because it's one of his favorite topics in the whole wide world.
I know. I haven't talked to him about it. Somehow I think we're probably going to agree.
You probably might, yeah.
Me and Jay agree on a lot more than... Yeah. Which is the only thing that we have a disagreement on, really, is children.
And prenuptial agreements.
Oh, no, that will only be my way.
That will only be your way. There's no agreement necessary.
Yes, thank you. There's no needing to agree.
I'm sorry. What are we calling them? Not prenups. Yay, Dorian!
I gave you a virgin.
Did you get a new ring?
I've had this.
I have not noticed that before. Who gave that to you?
My boyfriend.
Oh.
Wait till I ring the bell, okay?
Okay.
All right. And you could have brought me one. I probably could have done.
It might be your New Year's resolution.
Oh, hell to that. Because I don't feel good.
She'll be doing no resolutions.
Anyways, yeah, because there was a shooting today at another school.
Yes, at Taft High School in Taft, California.
Yeah. Which is the one but not the one in LA. It was the one by Riverside.
Yeah, outside of Bakersfield.
Yeah, and one of the news things, I'm gonna say this, and I'll probably get, they'll be like, whatever. What I did think was kind of funny was, and I mean funny, loosely funny, but one of the news people reported it just at Taft in the LA area. And so, and there is a Taft school in LA, and this is not where it happened.
Right.
And so then they had to issue out another email saying the shooting was not at this school, all the kids are safe, and still the parents were all panicked and went to the school because it was the completely wrong school.
Correct. Well, even worse than that was, and mind you, I am an avid Huffington Post reader, but Huffington Post's headline when it first broke was 2 dead in shooting.
Yeah, which was totally wrong
Which
too.
was totally wrong.
Yeah.
They had to go back and retract it, and it was really sad because even with the right headline, the way social media works, when you try to go to share it on your Twitter and your Facebook or whatever, when it shares over the old headline.
Right.
So it still says 2 dead in shooting in Taft, and
it was crazy. It was crazy.
We've had that. We've had, of course, Newton, Connecticut, and now Vice President Biden is heading up the task force to try to spearhead the gun control efforts.
Right, and during his meeting with the NRA today is when the shooting at Taft happened.
Correct.
FYI. So they're, when they were sitting there saying that they need to put guns into schools and that basically they want to have armed guards in the school. Mm-hmm. And now some people are saying maybe they should teach the teachers how to carry a gun. And so they want all these people to have guns. Now, this is going to be my gun control opinion.
Got it.
I believe anyone that wants to have a gun to protect themselves can have a gun to protect themselves.
Yeah.
I believe I have a gun in my house. I used to I used to be able to carry one. I know how to shoot a gun. I know how to do all of that. Mm-hmm. Now, I got rid of my gun, and I'll tell you why I got rid of my gun. I got rid of my gun when my nephew started hanging around my house more, and I just didn't want it in the house, and so was the reason. And I have Hornet spray now, FYI.
Okay. Fuck a gun. Hornet spray is some fucked up
well,
shit.
Yeah, okay, it gets 20 feet away, and I don't have to worry about holes in the wall or any of that stuff.
Right?
But no, I do believe that people should have the right to have guns. And I don't think that the gun control, I have not heard anyone say they want to take everyone's right away not to have a gun.
Right.
We don't need assault weapons. We do not need a gun like in the Aurora shooting that in the 30-second or in the 27-second 911 phone call, 30 shots were fired.
Right.
That means that there were more shots per second. You don't need to protect yourself like that if you want to have a gun.
Semi-automatic and automatic magazines and things like that. Who even hunts with those? I'm trying to figure out who hunts with those.
And if you hunt with those, you're
doing it wrong.
You're a cheater.
Right.
You're not even doing it wrong. You're a cheater. You're a cheater at hunting and you're a cheater in life.
Right.
Because that's just cheating.
Yes.
You don't need all of that kind of stuff.
No.
I do think that we need to control it, but it's kind of like drugs, which is where it's all going to differentiate for me. If we take it away, if we take people's guns away, then they're going to get guns, and they will be smuggled more in from Mexico, and we'll have more of the smuggling problem. It is kind of all of a...
I think we talked about this one time before on a show, maybe a couple of months ago. One of my friends kind of brought up a really interesting idea for how to perhaps minimize people without having to seemingly take the right away.
Okay.
To make ammunition so expensive that they can't afford to put all of the bullets in a magazine unless they're like taking loans out against their house.
Well,
it was an idea to help mitigate, to minimize.
I think that, and I get that, and I think that that's good. I do think that pretty much to get a gun is pretty expensive anyways. Most of the people that get the guns are not going out and buying them. The guy that did the shooting in Newton, those were his mother's guns. They were in the house.
Which she did get, though, legally.
Right.
So
she was
fine.
But he didn't go and buy those guns, and he didn't go buy the ammunition, he didn't go buy all of that. He got them, and then he went them. You know what I'm saying? I think that people, that do crimes, they're going to steal them, and then they're going to use them.
Correct.
So I think that is a great thing to say, let's amp up the price for ammunition. They're still going to get it.
Correct.
They'll just steal it.
It's like you said, like everything. Everything, once you make it illegal, becomes black market available, and then that's when we start having things like human trafficking and the drug problems that we have,
all of that.
which we still have. All of those illegal things, which... So, I mean, it's going to be a very interesting sort of...
But I don't believe that we should have guns in school. I mean, I don't think that to have a guard, you know, and the other, I mean, let's be realistic. One armed guard on a school. Oh!
Cheers! 5 o'clock shots, thanks to Dorian and Urban
That's weird.
Mo's.
Mine is exactly what I was thinking. I don't think that they need to have the guns in the school. I don't think we need to have guards having the guns. I don't think the teachers need to have the guns. I don't believe it.
So, Sheriff Joe Arpaio from Maricopa County in Arizona, who producer Jay absolutely loves, did dispatch his volunteers, who are legally gun owners, to every single school, and they are standing guard at every single school. In Maricopa County. Outside of Phoenix, because he doesn't have jurisdiction or whatever in Phoenix. But they absolutely are. They're absolutely patrolling school grounds.
Which I think is ridiculous. I mean, it really is. I mean, and the thing about it too is that when you have armed guards with the kids, you're teaching them at a very young age to be afraid. So, you're not... No. How are you saying? Okay, so they're saying that when someone is with a gun, they're there to protect you. Okay, so when you're going to school, why should you be afraid that you need an armed guard to protect you?
Because you're learning that there are bad
Am I sweating?
And these people are here to protect you.
So we're going to teach you to be afraid of the bad people in the world, and that no place is safe. Don't come to school because it's not safe, because we're here to protect you.
They are there to protect you.
Saying that an armed guard at school is there to protect you is what is, producer Jay is the one that's been talking to Ophelia, is what should make them feel comfortable and okay, that's what you're saying.
Yes, but I don't believe it should be some random hired security guard. I think it should be a police officer.
He thinks it should be a police officer and not a random hired security guard.
We can't afford to pay the police officers what we need to pay them to be out on the streets.
Praise.
Hire school resource officers who are police officers who work in schools.
Yes, we do. So those would be okay to carry a gun.
Absolutely.
And what happens if somebody goes in, shoots that guy, takes his gun, and shoots more kids? Then what? It could happen. Because in this last one, in Newton, 6 teachers were killed.
Did any of those teachers have guns?
No. No, he went in with the semi-automatic, and he's going to be there with his pistol. Stop. Yeah. No, it's not.
So do you agree? I'm asking producer Jay
I think that they're safer. If you want to lock off the school on a lockdown, then have them in there. Look, he took off his mic because he knew that I was getting right. He can't argue anymore.
I want to ask the question though. Do you think that there should be teachers in the schools that are carrying conceal and armed? Absolutely not. Okay. Just as long as we got that clear.
I disagree with the NRA that we should be arming every single school. I think that's a decision for the parents, the teachers, the administrators, and law enforcement to make for their individual community.
Well, that will never happen. I think what they need to do, if they really want to feel safe, is have an entrance. You walk in, you go through the metal detector. When class is in session, the doors are locked, and then you're in there.
So they're locking the children in prison? That makes them feel safe.
Yes. They lock the schools now. Have you come by a school? You can't get in the gates.
Yeah, they locked my school. We were on total lockdown.
Schools are locked down now. Newton was locked down. The guy shot through a window to get in. So they are already locked down. I don't know.
Well, maybe we'll have producer Jay do a follow-up blog on all of his beliefs.
Oh Lord!
It'll be in the producer's corner at hsss.tv. Oh
yeah,
Lord!
I don't know. That would almost make me start writing another blog.
Oh, here we go. That would actually, I would almost pay to see that.
For me to write a blog?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Because, I mean, we're in 2013, girl. We've been doing this show now.
Yeah,
in
whatever.
March
Ain't gonna
for
happen.
3 years.
Ain't gonna happen.
That's what I thought. Maybe we'll have Papa Frank do one on his House of Twinks.
Yeah, all of his sex, he can do his sex advice.
Sex advice.
That's
Papa
what I
Frank's
like.
sex advice. That could be a new column.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that more on the break that we have to take right now because producer Jay is very pissed. We'll be right back. We're back. And that piece of hair right there. And your hair is
This
so
one right
glued
here?
on, it ain't going nowhere.
No, it's not. I've tried to fix my hair a couple of times. It's windy outside.
Do you like my
Do
shirt?
you know,
It's my scruff shirt.
do you know that this weather that we're having now, anyone watching this anywhere else, you know, like when I
They're like,
when
"Bitch, please."
yeah, when I text Jeff Ass and I'm like, ooh, it's cold here. He's like, ooh, what is it, 60? You know, because he's like 20 below zero or something.
Exactly.
I didn't choose to live in Wisconsin or Michigan
fucking
or
Chicago or
New
wherever the
York
hell.
or none of
Right.
that bullshit. I live here. But this next week, they say it's going to be the coldest week San Diego's ever had in probably history.
And clearly it's starting today because today
Yeah,
it is
it's
fucking
cold and windy.
nipples cold outside.
It's windy too. It's very, very, very windy. Yeah.
Oh.
It's like somebody said today. It's like Chicago wind. It is not. It is windy.
Oh yeah.
So I'm
And
glued.
chilly wind.
My little. What do you call those little twirly bird things on your roof?
I don't know, some Japanese thing.
You know what I'm talking about? The vent, the attic.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought mine today was going to spin off. I mean, it was. My house was shaking. It was moving so fast.
So Heidi, my dog, my little Heidi, goes
Yes.
outside and she squats down to go pee, and she squats down and she's all,
Yeah, it was too cold. You should have let her pee in the house.
hell no. She's probably doing that right now.
That's what I would be doing.
Biatch.
Okay, so another little hot topic we can talk about.
Yes.
And is on Facebook today, Chuck, which does your hair, posted
Fair hair by
a thing-
Chuck.
a thing about one of his friends getting drugged in the bar. And the drink and whatnot. And then that's kind of been a topic now of conversation, and it was really interesting to read, because I really do read Facebook, kind of.
She reads it, she just doesn't do any responding
I
or
skim through it.
She skims.
That's- yeah. And so I'm going to tell a story because I have been drugged in a bar once.
well,
Many years ago, pre-Bodyguard John, I used to get driven around by Jonathan and Michael, who are still around. And there is definitely a difference. You know, you can see a difference in someone and whatnot. And it was a really bad situation, and I'm really glad that they were there because I had one drink, and then after I had my drink, Jonathan's like, something is way wrong with you. And by the time he got me in the car, I was, gone.
you weren't even Ophelia. Well, it's really interesting that you bring this up because when he was cutting my hair and we were talking about this topic today, you came up. Because I said, of all people that I would ever be worried about getting drugged, would be you.
Right.
Because of the fact that when you are doing your stuff, you're doing your shows at the Hole or wherever, people are always bringing you shots and drinks
stuff.
and shots, and I'm just like, no, girl.
Yeah.
No.
And generally, I'm very careful about that because it has happened to me, and there are things that I think that people can do, to be aware of it.
Like one, yes.
I do not. If I do set my drink down, and every bartender will tell you, if I have walked away from my drink, I don't go back to it.
Right.
I just will not go back to it. So, and there have been many times that, someone will, take my drink and bring me a drink, and if I don't know you, I generally
Won't take it.
I won't take it. Well, I'll take it, but I generally
You won't drink it in front of them.
don't drink it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can very easily, put you're all, that's good, thank you. You know what I'm saying? And then, boom, you walk away. So I say you keep your drink in your hand, and if you put it down, you're done. You're just done with it. But I will say that, you know, like at Moe's and Gossip Grill and
at Betty's and
the Brass Rail and number 1 Fifth Avenue, those places are very good to the bartenders, and I want to give them a nod, because they are very good, that if you turn around from your drink, they generally will cover it up for you right away. And that to me used to not make sense until I was like, why do you always cover my drink? And they're like, because it's boom, and then it's in there.
Every time, especially here at Moe's, if I leave my beer sitting on the bar and I go to the restroom or whatever, I will come back and there will be a napkin in it and a napkin bandana around it.
Right.
So
well, first off, you shouldn't leave your beer. You
exactly.
Take it with you.
And that's kind of point number 2. Be responsible enough. If you're gonna, don't leave your fucking drink.
Right.
Period. If you're going to the bathroom, guess what? Take that shit with you.
And if somebody wants to do a shot with you, go to the bar and do a shot at the bar.
Yeah.
You know, don't be like, they're gonna bring it to you. Don't do that. Go to the bar. And so if I'm going to do a shot with someone, especially with someone that I don't know, I go to the bar.
And order it yourself.
Well, the bartenders tend to know me so well that they know what I like to drink. So ordering is never a problem.
If you are not Ophelia, order what you would like and watch them pour it.
You can watch them make it, and then it's in front of you and do all of that. But it is a serious, serious crime. And if you remember, not too terribly long ago, there was that guy that just got no, the word's skipping me.
It was like a couple years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago.
No, not even that. It was like a year ago.
Was it?
He was drugging. He was drugging.
Sleazy Bandit or sleazy something.
Well, there's that guy.
Yes. He was taking them home and robbing them after he drugged them.
This isn't the other guy. This is the guy who, he was gay. And he was going down to straight bars, and he was drugging straight guys, and then taking them back to his place and raping them. Generally, they were military.
Right.
And then, you know, putting him outside after he was done with them. And then what was happening is these military guys were not reporting it because they were ashamed that they A, were drugged, and B, they were raped,
right?
You know, and the guy, you know, anally fucked them and left them so that they knew, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they had no clue, and they couldn't testify for who it was or anything like that. So it happens. It totally happens. Now, in that case, you know, he got caught because one of the guys that he drugged, I think, had done something else, and he died. And he was that surfer that
he was the surfer. Alley. That's right.
And then they ended up, you know, catching the guy and then arresting him, and then you know, and then he was found guilty, and now he's in jail. Thank God. But it does happen, and it doesn't just happen in gay bars.
No.
It happens in straight bars. It happens in every bar, and so everyone needs to be careful and be responsible, you know, for what you're doing.
Right.
And you should always. And I think that, you know, a lot of people. I go out by myself a lot, and I think that it's super important that you tell people where you're going.
Text somebody. Text a friend.
Yes, you totally should. You know, and people laugh at me, but that's one of the good things that I think that social media is good for.
Right.
I think that Foursquare is good for that because people can track where you have been. You know, when you check on Facebook, they can tell where you've been, and so, you know, I think that that's all. Generally, a little secret about me, if I am by myself, that's oftentimes when I will check in with Foursquare more than if I go out with a group of people. So if I'm out by myself, I will check in.
Is that why you got your Foursquare constantly up and you've checked in like 4 different places within an hour?
Yeah.
So people know where you're going.
People know where I'm at.
It's smart.
Yeah. So I think that that's all very good.
You should put that in Drag 101.
I think that's
Ophelia's Drag 101.
I don't think that's a Drag 101. I think that's just an anyone 101.
Oh no, I mean, yes, anyone 101. But if Ophelia had a Drag 101, hint, hint, I'm talking about some blog post that you might be able to write soon in the future at some point.
That ain't gonna happen. Just saying.
Girl. God damn.
So Ricky, I figured out, Ricky's here now. I figured out that for whatever reason, you're not on Facebook. I don't know why you're not friends with me on Facebook. It's just rude.
Oh, she's still on that. We've talked about this for
Yes,
a while
I'm still.
now.
But we are following each other on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I Twittered you.
And I just tweeted you guys right now from Mo's Universe.
I love that.
And I Twittered you.
I retweeted on my personal.
Yeah, I tweeted you on your personal.
Did you Instagram us?
Of course.
Duh. He is the king of Instagram. He's my favorite. He's my favorite on Instagram.
I don't understand how that Instagram
I know.
works.
Girl, please. Trying to explain Twitter to you is bad enough.
I can't even work my damn camera on my phone.
I'm surprised you got Foursquare.
I do love Foursquare.
And all
Do you
those
like them?
pumps.
I wore them just for you.
Whatever.
You don't like my shoes?
I can't see them.
You should like them because they're extremely uncomfortable.
Oh, they're very Merlot colored.
They're very, well, they match the...
And your cute little bosom shirt that you're wearing today.
polo.
Are you meeting someone tonight? Because that's very
No, I've been
tight
sick.
and low cut.
We just got done. I just told you guys when we came back from this break. I need to get the hell out of here because I've got to blow my nose so bad.
And you don't want to do it anywhere where anybody's around?
No, because from here down it's just going to be gone.
Oh, God.
Gone. Yeah. So I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to race home as fast as I can.
Oh, God.
No. Clearly you didn't just hear what I said.
Perhaps you should do it on air.
Yeah.
I'm sure all of our viewers would love to see it.
Let me show you how quick the makeup comes off.
I want to know what's the game now this season at the Hole? Is it still...
This season. We're still doing Who Knows Best.
Oh, okay.
We're doing this until the end of February.
Till the end of February, got it.
No, that's a lie. Till the end of January.
Okay.
And then we'll do February, March, we're going to do another game.
Okay.
Which I think is going to be kind of a takeoff of Family Feud.
Oh, that would be cute.
And then,
so do you have to have 5 people? Or?
No, I think we're going to do it with 4.
Okay.
And it could be any 4 people. Friends, family,
got it.
Whatever.
But y'all need to know each other in some way?
No, I don't think you have to know each other in some way. It could just be 4 different people in the bar. It doesn't matter. Just get a little group of people and do it.
Okay.
It'll be fun. And then that'll take us till about April, and then it'll be time to bring back the
underwear contest.
Yes.
But that's going to be limited edition underwear contest this time.
Well, it'll go through the summer when it's...
Right,
when it's
but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So it'll be so limited edition that they would want to do it.
Yeah. And if it's not cold in April, then I might go 2 more. I might go in like another month, and start it when it starts warming up.
I like it better when they're cold because their nipples stick out more.
Well, yeah, but no one wants to, get...
They don't want to get wet. They're like, no, bitch.
Yeah.
Just talk for us. Do the spider.
Yeah. So what, any big plans this weekend?
Well, I know that you're going to Palm Springs.
Well, I was talking, that was supposed to be a segue for you.
Yes, it was a segue for you to talk about Palm Springs.
For you.
I decided it's for you.
No, it's for you.
For me?
Yes.
Big plans this weekend? Well, I guess the biggest plan would be Lee, who is not here today. I don't know why, because he's in hiding at home. He is turning 40 today. And
40.
It is his birthday, so shout out to Lee. La la. He's our chef on hsss.tv. It's his 40th birthday today, so his birthday's at Wang's tomorrow.
Yes.
Which neither of us can go to.
No.
Because I am, of course, working, and you are in Palm Springs.
I'll be in Palm Springs.
Letting it up at All Worlds.
Actually, I'm going out there for a rodeo benefit, a show rodeo benefit.
There's quite a few rodeo things coming up that I've been invited to.
Yes.
Something's happening in Long Beach
and
coming
then Long
up too.
Beach is we're having the show, it's a show, and it's also the
royalty contest?
The royalty contest for the Mr. and Miss GSGRA.
Are you
the following weekend?
Are you doing anything for that show?
I'm the vice president of the state, so yeah.
But you're not running or putting on...
No,
not this year.
Maybe next year.
I think you should be Miss IGRA.
Well, let me tell you. Speaking of Miss IGRA...
Speaking of
Miss IGRA, today, sadly, a very good friend of the rodeo and mine, DeShannon, Mitch Gill, passed away last night, who was a former Miss IGRA and who actually ran against me when I ran for IGRA, and is a former Empress, and we were Empress together the first time
And where is she from?
She's from Texas. She's living in Ohio right now. Well, was. But she passed away, and it's like a huge, huge loss. I mean, and all day it's just been, I've just kind of this wave of emotion. She was the epitome of a giver to the community. She was headstrong, and she fought for what she believed in, and for everyone around her, and she truly made a difference. And I'm really, really gonna miss her. And when I was gonna run for IGRA the first time, when I did run for IGRA the first time, she was gonna run. She was gonna run as well, and she did. And there was 5 people running, and I was actually gonna drop out because she was gonna run, and I respect her, and yada yada yada. And she had said back then, the state of California has never had the IGRA title, and that I
really
never, not the Miss. We've had Misters.
We've had Misters,
but
okay.
Never the Miss. Bye. And she's like, you can do it because you can bring it back for California, and I didn't, and then I kind of let it go to the wayside, and so I'm kind of feeling that when my term as vice president is up, I probably will run for the state title again, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to win the IGRA title.
I think you are going to win too, and you can do it in her honor. And what was Deshawn, you said? DeShannon. Well, rest in peace, DeShannon.
She will. Friends like you, she will. Well, and in a couple of weeks, we have also, we were talking about Lee's birthday, which is today. Yes.
Well, his partner, Trent, who we have talked about numerous times on the show, is retiring from the military.
Yes.
So, and it's going to be like a big whoop-de-doo, because he's been in the military 21 years, and he's doing the full-on retirement ceremony, and he's actually doing it at the center. It's on the 25th, which is a Friday, and it's going to be at the LGBT Community Center. And as far as we know, we've done all of our research, and we can't find any other military retirement ceremony that's ever been held at an LGBT establishment. So it's going to be kind of a pretty big deal. I know Todd Gloria is going to speak. I know Susan Davis is going to be there. You should wear something sexy, because perhaps Odie might be there. Odie.
Maybe for the military, I can wear my my little heels that I can only wear for military.
Ooh, do you have a tight camouflage dress with like?
No. Camouflage does not look on me.
Now.
Be for real. Do I look like I would wear camis?
Well,
no.
Honey, some of the things that you've worn over the years, and you could just scroll through all the shows of these shows.
What do you think?
Have been interesting.
I'm going to remember that.
Some of the hairstyles that have been very, very short. I'm just saying.
They have been.
When we had Todd Gloria on the show, do you remember your short little blonde?
Lord, I don't know. Whatever. Thank you for that.
Oh, God. Quickly, I want to give a shout out to Jay LaFew in San Francisco and the Accidental Bear, who have started their new online talk show, which is A Gay Agenda. And
all of these people starting their shows.
Seriously, we talked about this the other day.
Yes. Did you watch We Said?
I did.
The Colorado with Sharon.
I did.
Bill?
With Sharon.
Yeah.
Give Sharon a shout out because she loves you.
I know. I love. She twittered. She's like, I would never want to be on her bedside.
Okay.
No, Sharon, you would.
Miss Sharon McGoodies.
Okay.
So there's We Said, there's A Gay Agenda. You can find them both on YouTube and at WeSaid.tv.
And actually, I would say the Josh and Ross show.
Yeah,
Ross.
He said.
He said.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and their show is very good. I like to watch their show.
Funny. Well, and that's Ross from Chelsea Handler, and
right. And Josh is from there too. I think I'm going to contact them. I want to go be a guest on their show. I'm going to go. I'm going to email them and tell them that we started. He said, she said, and that's probably what they want, because Ross is kind of,
Well, and they totally thieved it from us. And you should be on Chelsea Handler because you have your whole midget fetish.
So maybe I could wear that short blonde hair when I go out there.
God, please, no. Although we did show you pictures of his porn, right?
Yeah.
All right, it's been fun. It's been real. We'll see you next week. Bye.